the world's biggest diamond. But it's been more than 250 years since diamonds have been mined here, and locals believe in an ancient curse that brings misfortune and even death to anyone who attempts to locate these stones. Historians say the ancient diamond mines of Golconda have been lost forever. But one man has spent much of his life searching for these mysterious treasures. Now he believes he's on the verge of a discovery potentially worth billions of dollars. Sam Spearstra is one of the most successful prospectors of modern times. His discoveries of gold and precious gems have been worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
My name is Sam Spearstra. I'm a mineral detective. I like putting together the clues that lead me to a great treasure. I'll do the research, put all the clues together, sometimes find some ancient texts, old maps. So this is like 1,000 years old or something like that.
Even more.
Once I'm pretty sure I can find this place, I go there.
Sam has gathered a team of the best miners from all over the world to join his quest to find the legendary lost diamond mines of Golconda.
It's the culmination of 40 years of prospecting. I heard about this place many years ago, and gradually over the years I put together the clues where this place must be.
After 15 years of research, Sam believes he has the final clue that will lead him directly to the site of the ancient diamond mines of Golconda. It's an ancient Sanskrit scroll that mentions the city of Kollur and the word diamond.
The original scroll is in a temple, an ancient temple in South India, but there was a reproduction made, I think, in the last century.
Arriving in India 2 days ahead of the rest of the team, Sam takes the ancient scroll to a temple to get it translated by a Hindu priest.
He doesn't want to read it. He's not comfortable in reading this.
There are some old legends about the curse of these diamonds, and failure to translate this scroll today could really set us back.
The curse of the Golconda diamonds, real or not, may very well interfere with Sam's expedition.
It's the pot of riches at the end of the rainbow. I've committed half my lifetime searching for these diamonds. I finally assembled a team. I'm ready to pour all of my time, all of my energy, and all the money I have into finding these diamonds. Our journey begins.
Sam's team is arriving in India from all over the world. They are investing their time and money because they believe in Sam's certainty that he is close to locating the lost mines of Golconda.
My goal for today is to unite the team, go over the plans for the difficult weeks ahead.
Man, it's hot.
Boy, it's hot. This is nothing yet.
Sam has worked on previous expeditions with each member of his team. He selected them because they each bring a special skill that will help him find the diamonds.
There's our jeep right here.
Sam, come to the front.
No modern exploration techniques have been applied. Steve Newberry is new to the team, and he's probably the best geologist I ever met. I'm hoping that his grasp of geology and the latest technology will help me pinpoint the source of these Golconda diamonds.
When Sam first contacted me about being a member of the team, I was really excited. I've known about the Golconda diamonds for a very long time and always thought it was a great challenge to try and come here and find the source.
This is Susanna's first major expedition with me. I'll be asking Susanna to coordinate a variety of logistics. Her previous experience assisting in third world medical missions will really be an asset here in India. She speaks 5 languages, but she doesn't speak the local tongue, and it could become a problem with her managing the local workers.
Bye. I don't know anything about mining or finding diamonds, but when you are asked to join a team of the best prospectors in the world, you don't turn down an opportunity like that.
What time is it, guys?
I've traveled all over the world, but this is my first time in India. It's complete chaos.
In the evening, you look for red eyes on the beach, on the banks. Yeah. You see red eyes.
Are they freshwater prawns?
Those are prawns.
I met Rob Towner in Montana about almost 30 years ago. I can trust him with anything. He knows everything there is about any type of machinery.
I've been to India twice, both times trying to find the source of these diamonds with Sam. But Sam's been researching it, and if anybody can find it, we will. India is one of the places that's probably the hardest to find parts and get things done. It's as frustrating as you can get. Luckily, I got my partner Dave on this project. Together, the two of us get anything done.
How you doing, buddy? The last member of our team, Dave McCracken, is our underwater miner. I've known David for 30-plus years, and he's the key to our success here because the mines could potentially be underwater.
The whole team is finally assembled at a house that belongs to an old friend of Sam's.
When Sam brings me into something, it's always about underwater mining because that's what I do. I had second thoughts about it because it was in India, but when Sam told me that Rob was going to be on the job, then I decided to come. We've been in a lot of projects, a lot of them really dangerous, and Rob's always going to watch my back.
Sam will brief the team about the challenges ahead. Tomorrow marks the first major step in their quest.
You know, this is the dream I've had my whole life, and all of you have heard about it. I've spent the last 14 years trying to get the permits and the equipment together to mine here. So I called all you guys to come here to help me out on this final push.
Nobody's been able to find these diamonds in 250 years, and I'm wondering what the heck we're doing here. But I know Sam, when he says that he's onto something, he really is. Sometimes you think it's fantasy, but with Sam, he always comes through. You've been looking at this thing your whole life. I mean, how close do you really think that we are?
We're this far away.
Sam, apart from all the romanticizing, you mentioned that there was some evidence.
I found a scroll in a kind of a paleo form of Sanskrit. The guy who sent it to me has recognized the word kolur and the word diamond in there.
Sam believes the scroll reveals the location of the ancient Golconda diamond mines. It mentions the city of Kollur, which sits on the Krishna River, 100 miles to the northwest of Vijayawada. But without further translation, that's where the trail runs cold.
We're running around with a lot of old maps and a lot of anecdotal information. Sam loves all these myths and legends, and the scroll thing is just very, very romantic about the whole process. My initial reaction was perhaps this wasn't going to be an overly scientific expedition.
My biggest concern is monsoon season is coming. We've got about a month, and this place is going to be too wet to work. And monsoon is one thing, but they're building a dam down here right below us. This whole area is going to be inundated with water. So we've got to get moving on this. This is costing us a lot of money.
I don't think any of us would be here if we didn't think that you were on it. Sam has invited me on a lot of projects over the years, and this is the one that he believes in the most in his whole life. So I would say that the prospects are pretty good.
We're the last of a long line of many hundreds of people who've been looking for these mines over the centuries. I mean, any book you read about diamonds in India says these mines were exhausted 500 years ago.
If we do find a decent stone, it could be the last stone to come from the great diamond mines of Golconda.
Let's become rediscoverers of the lost diamond mines of Golconda.
Today, the team is leaving Vijayawada and traveling more than 100 miles to the ancient village of Kollur. Sam believes the Golconda mines are somewhere near Kollur, along the Krishna River.
Here's your Krishna River.
Oh, that's a big one.
It's a big river.
This river is huge. It's like the Columbia River in America. You look out across it, the power, the force of the river, it's just impressive.
Wow, the river's big. You know, that's the first thing that hit me when I saw it. Just a little intimidating.
The current is coming this way.
I'm looking at this huge river and miles of land around it, and I'm thinking, there are only 5 of us. How the hell are we going to do this?
Sam's here to find diamonds. It doesn't matter whether they're big or small. But for me, as a geologist, I'm here to find the source of some of the world's most famous diamonds. And if we do that, we'll make history.
Coming up, the team splits up and begins exploring on land
This looks like Cobra country.
and underwater.
Our whole project's riding on this.
And later, the hunt for diamonds really begins as the team sifts their first samples. Sam Spearstra has spent the last 15 years of his life searching for the lost diamond mines of Golconda. Armed with a highly skilled team and following clues in maps and ancient texts, Sam has identified a spot on the Krishna River near the town of Kollur to begin the expedition.
We know great big diamonds have been found here, but we need to find the trail they left behind, either old workings or their structures or walls or huts or whatever we find.
The team will search this vast area along the river for evidence of ancient mining activity. If they find this evidence, they will employ modern technology to search for diamonds that the ancient miners might have missed.
Because these ancient river systems sort of come down like this might be a good place to start. We're going to begin our exploration of this area by splitting up into teams.
If it's okay with you, I'd like to just start surveying the river just to get an idea of the river profile.
Yeah.
Okay. I can tell you from looking at that river, there is no way the ancient miners ever got to the bottom of that river And if this is the right area, there's going to be diamonds on the bottom of that river, maybe better than what they got 250 years ago.
I think Steve and I, and probably Susanna, better start walking inland a little bit and looking for diamond gravels and evidence of old workings, stuff like that.
Plan.
Okay. You want to watch these shady areas because there are snakes like the banded crate and the Russell's viper that live in these shady, cool areas. The diamond fields of Golconda cover a vast area. It's covered with jungle, covered with debris, very hot. If you could imagine India 500 years ago, the Europeans were just beginning to come to India, and one of the things they wanted was diamonds. So they made contracts with the king of Golconda to bring them X amount of diamonds. So the king would conscript 10,000 to 100,000 people at a time to mine this order. These mines were never mined systematically or methodically. We want to penetrate into that jungle and see what's back there, like some old buildings, some old fences, something that would lead us closer to where these diamonds were actually found. It's so hot.
There's not a lot down here. You know, operating in the bush in central India has its own unique dangers. Obviously, king cobras. The other danger I've learnt of while we've been here is particularly in the river. There are crocodiles in the river. We've made Dave aware of that.
I'm ready to check this out.
Let's do it.
While the search for ancient mining clues continues on land, Rob and Dave will begin to search the river bottom. Their theory: if this area produced big diamonds, then there's a good chance that there are still big diamonds to be found in the bedrock on the bottom of the river.
So would you suggest I go out here and search?
It could be a good start.
I'm always a little tentative, and I'm just starting on a tropical river, especially a big one, deep one. And the locals are talking about crocodiles and big catfish and stingrays and especially the snakes, cobras. They'll bite you in the water, you know. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna follow the ridge out. I wanna see if it drops off into like a bedrock channel.
Our whole project's riding on this. If we don't find the bedrock, we're not going to find any diamonds on this whole project.
I'm down there, and I start surveying around. Visibility was limited, so I'm swimming around everywhere, and all I can see is sand. Bad. The one thing I didn't want to see down there was just sand. And then all of a sudden, I could see exposed bedrock with nice cracks and irregularities. There was a lot of exposed bedrock out there. I started getting kind of excited.
How'd it look, Dave?
Looks good, man.
All right. He come up, he said he's found bedrock. We're going to find the diamonds. I know it.
All this bedrock? Yep. Going right down exactly the same way. And it kind of bottoms out here in about 15 feet. Sure. Good hard pack. But I could get the right kind of stuff right
Excellent.
here. The thing on my mind is I got to get a sample of this. There's going to be diamonds here.
Let's see where this path leads us. Look at this. There's some kind of structure here. What is it? Whoa, look at this. This has something to do with the diamond mines. You know, I read that they had these kind of structures set out through the mining area here for the sorting of the diamonds.
How old do you think it is?
500 years.
So we've got holes on each of the four walls. I think
Those are for illumination.
Illumination?
They would put a diamond behind a candle to test its clarity. Only diamonds that passed that test were accepted.
There's no doubt we've found historical evidence linking diamond mining to the area. Sam may be onto something, but now the hard work of tracking down the diamonds begins. We sent Dave and Rob our GPS coordinates, and we're looking forward to sharing the discovery with them.
I think this is it, you guys. This has to be it. This is our first major find.
Coming up,
The diamonds are here.
the excitement of the team's first discovery dissipates as Sam and Steve have differing opinions on where to dig.
We're going to jump in the boat, head up the river, and see whether we can find out where these things are coming from. All right, see ya.
I can find it without him, too.
And then,
We found something.
diamonds. While searching for evidence of the lost diamond mines of Golconda, Sam, Steve, and Susanna stumbled upon an old structure that Sam believes is a temple used for the sorting of diamonds.
This is our first major find, and we are in the Golconda Diamond area. There's no doubt in my mind.
According to historical records he's researched, Sam believes that hundreds of years ago, diamonds would have been brought here and examined by an authority. The biggest and most brilliant stones would be sent to the king.
You gotta be kidding me.
Now the water team, Dave and Rob, have followed GPS coordinates to share in the find.
Sam!
Yeah. There?
Yeah, we're here.
Come and see this place. You won't believe it.
Oh my gosh, how did you find this?
We were walking up that trail.
Look at that. I've been here 2 times before. We've tramped around these jungles around here looking for the source of this Golconda diamonds. This is the first time that I could even imagine that we could come this close. We're going to find them. We are on the right track.
If this shed is what I think it is, we are standing in the middle of the Golconda mines.
Logically, this would be put in the area with the highest concentration of stones. We need to fan out and really build a map around this point.
This is it. We found it, guys. We're in the center of it. When you take your first footstep in the search for treasure, the thought is always fluttering around in your mind that you've wasted a ton of time and money chasing a dream. But when we stumbled onto this structure, I knew that my dream was quickly becoming a reality.
The location of the ancient sorting temple is now ground zero for the team's expedition. They will begin their search in a 2-mile radius around it, encompassing sections of land and the river.
I'm still in shock from finding the sorting temple yesterday, but I know it's just the beginning of a lot of hard work ahead.
Sam has hired a workforce of local villagers to assist in the expedition. Offering them double their normal wage, Sam hopes they will be an invaluable asset for their knowledge of the Kollur region. A few have experience mining in other projects around India, and it's very likely that most have ancestors who pulled some of the greatest diamonds in history from this area up to 500 years ago.
Okay, David, what are you going to do today?
I'm going to go up around the corner. Steve and I talked about it yesterday.
Once we identified the sorting temple, I mapped out a search area which I think has got a high potential for discovery of diamonds. And I want Dave and Rob to get into the best section of the river.
And I'll get some grab samples, and we'll plan on processing them this afternoon.
Well, we won't be too far away from you. Steve and Susanna and I we're going to dig some holes, and later on in the day we'll run it for diamonds.
The 2-mile search area around the temple they found still leaves the team with a huge amount of ground to cover to find the source. Today, they will take random samples of dirt from both the land and the river bottom. If they find a diamond in one of their samples, they will then engage the next step of the expedition.
You know, if they're going to be up there just digging on the top, they're not going to find a lot. So we need to dig some trenches around.
But finding a diamond in a small sample could take days, if not weeks. Diamonds are formed under intense heat and pressure deep in the earth. Then they are carried up to the surface by rivers of a lava-like substance called kimberlite or lamproite. The lava then explodes through the Earth's crust and deposits diamond-rich volcanic rock in a concentrated area. This area is what prospectors refer to as the source of the diamonds. Over time, some of the diamonds from the source rock are moved around the region by water and erosion in the Earth's ever-changing topography. Lighter diamonds are often carried farther from the source, so they're smaller. The diamonds closest to the source are more concentrated and potentially larger, making them far more valuable.
So how long are you going to need me for?
At least the first hour or so.
Okay. One of the locals has told me about a farmer who's recently found a diamond. From what I can gather, it sits outside of our initial 2-mile search area, but I'm not sure exactly of the location. But I certainly think it's worthwhile paying him a visit, because getting a look at the stone will tell me how far from the source it's traveled.
If we can find just one diamond in all the samples we take today, then we can focus all of our heavy equipment on that spot. If we come up empty-handed, we'll just have to keep searching.
Gear. We're ready to do a dive.
Let's get on it.
My focus going into the day was to get the hookah system, which is a small air regulator system, and go down on the bottom and start bringing up grab samples.
Dave and Rob's plan is to bring up 10 100-pound sample bags of dirt from 10 different locations on the bottom of the river, all in the hopes of finding at least one diamond and confirming that they are at or near the source.
How's your gas? Are you full on that, Dave?
We're good.
Okay.
Big high on the front.
Getting really, really nervous. We're spending $4,000 a day. The meter's running. The clock's ticking. And we need to make some money.
The next step, I throw a bunch of lead on so that I sink to the bottom to do the work. It's the next step in the danger level, because I'm going down, with a bunch of lead. If anything goes wrong, I got to get the lead off, or somebody's got to pull me up. I'm always a little tentative, a little nervous. It is deep out there, 35, 40 feet of water. They say that it goes to 90 feet.
Dozens and dozens of expeditions have been mounted to try to find the lost diamond mines of Golconda in the past. Ah, look at this. Here we go. People have forgotten about this place. There's no knowledge about it anywhere outside of here. Any books you read will say that these mines are exhausted, so nobody's bothered to look.
Okay, Sam, what do you need?
I'll just show you what we need to do. We're going to dig several pits around the 2-mile search area. We clean all the samples to see if we find any diamonds. And if any of them are larger than 2 carats, we'll know that the source is nearby or under our feet.
Where do you want to start?
I would like to dig a hole right here.
Obviously, as a scientist, I have a lot of concern that Sam, he has completely different methods from me. When I arrive at a new site, first thing I like to do is actually walk around and see as much as I can before jumping to either preconceived ideas or premature interpretations.
You know, maybe you've got another place you can look around and see. Me, I'm a hands-on guy. I go in the field and look for the indications, things that I can see and touch and smell. These are what's telling me the diamonds are here. I don't have to spend days and days doing geology to know where the good stuff is.
Even if we're in the right general area, I believe Sam's sampling method is like trying to find a needle in the haystack. Geology and a little detective work are what we should be employing to find the source of the diamonds.
All this, let's help him, yeah. I know Steve has his doubts that this is the right location, but I gotta trust Sam on this. I have to trust his instinct.
How's it going, Sam?
Great.
We're going to head off, right? We're going to jump in the boat, head up the river, and see whether we can find out where these things are coming from.
Okay.
Okay? All right, see ya.
If it wasn't for me, Steve wouldn't be here. I mean, I bring him in on this because I love his knowledge, to hear his knowledge and learn from him about things. But, you know, to me, I can find it without him, too.
Back on the river, Dave is making his first dive using an air regulator. Rob is top man, tasked with scanning the water for dangers and monitoring Dave's air system.
We picked the target on the river that we felt was going to be the best chance for finding some diamonds. It's a big job. Dave's going to be down in deep water. He's down there. He's got so much weight on. You just see him digging. He looked like he was just an animal gobbling up dirt. He comes up with a bag. How he got it up on the boat, I don't know, but he did.
Really good samples. Exactly the right kind of stuff. It'll be a good start.
Okay.
So when I go down and I see all this exposed bedrock, beautiful. I mean, the crack's very, very rough. Really holds the diamonds good. If we can find just one diamond, and that justifies switching gears into bringing the heavy mining equipment in, setting it up, and going to work right there.
With Dave 30 feet underwater, Rob is suddenly faced with a serious emergency.
The wind's changed. Intake on the compressor is sucking exhaust. This is a problem. This is a life and death situation.
While collecting multiple samples from the river bottom, Rob notices that the air compressor is taking in fumes and sending them directly down Dave's airline. It's a dangerous situation that could easily result in death. With more than 50 pounds of lead weight on Dave's belt holding him underwater, every second that Rob can't get him up to the surface counts.
What's up, bud?
Are you tasting any fumes, any gas smell?
I don't taste it.
I think this air's gone dead. We need to get it up, perched up a little bit higher.
Okay.
It's a dangerous situation. We've got to change where we have the compressor on the boat so that we don't risk killing our divers.
Never like to get stopped on a dive because I want to get the work done. But I know with Rob, if he's tugging on me, it's something important. You know, that I got to thank you for that, you know.
No.
So we straightened it right out, and I went right back and get the work done.
Okay.
Without hesitation, I mean, we don't stop and take a break.
No, there's no break. We just got right on it.
Get the work done.
Our whole project's riding on this. If we can find one diamond in all of these samples, we're on to something. We know it.
It'll be good grab samples. Show you where all the diamonds are.
Okay. Blow the gears, guys. Let's get out of here.
Head up river, okay, to Kalora. I go see a man about a diamond.
Becoming increasingly unconvinced with Sam's method of finding the diamond source, Steve makes the journey upriver to Kollur to pay a visit to a farmer who recently found a diamond. He believes the diamond could be a major clue in determining how far away the source actually is.
It's widely documented that the diamond fields of Golconda are exhausted and that there have been no significant diamonds here since the early 1800s. And that's just not the case.
If the farmer found a good quality diamond over a carat in size, it could be worth over $10,000.
So, hello, my name's Steve Newbury. Nice to meet you. The locals don't engage in diamond mining. You know, they find diamonds every year just as a consequence of their farming activities, but they don't seem to see diamonds as having any inherent value to them.
Rural India is still under the caste system, in which classes are determined by heredity. If you're born into a farming family, then you'll always be a farmer. This is the primary reason the locals don't mine for diamonds, because even if they do find big diamonds, it won't change their social status.
Oh, fantastic. May I touch it? That's fantastic. Have a look at it with my loupe, just to see what the quality is like. Okay. Well, it's quite greenish, which is quite consistent with stones in here. You can see beautiful green tinges. It's a high-quality stone, but there are a lot of inclusions in it. It's a very pale tinge of green, which is very typical of naturally irradiated stones, and that's quite a common feature of the stones here. So that would be a good indicator that this stone is local, okay? It doesn't look as though it's been in the river. There is no evidence of frosting. It's quite clear, and this is probably very locally derived to the source. How did he find the stone? How did you find the stone?
This stone is a major piece of evidence. I can tell by looking at it that it originated very near the source of all the diamonds in the region.
Can you tell us where you found the stone? So you found it in the hills? To me, this proves that their source is here and it's close. The stones that we're seeing, the stone that that gentleman had not travelled very far.
Miles away from the hills where the farmer found a diamond, Sam continues to dig at the site which he believes may be the source.
These buckets are almost filled, Susanna. Take them, you know where we crossed over the creek there? Yes. On this side of the creek, the side we're on, have them dump this dirt in a pile right near the deeper water.
Okay.
Now we've got several bucketfuls of gravel samples that we'll process down near the river. I'm just hoping we find a diamond. I was pretty confident we would find a diamond, at least one diamond in that first site. Okay, you say, David. I've been coming to India for decades on other projects and for researching this one. David is a local diamond expert and one of my lead workers. David has a Christian name because he's from a nearby Christian village called Golapeta. We've taught him the technique of screening diamonds with a saruka. From his expertise is perfect.
Beautiful. How gentle he is in rotating it.
See these green rocks?
Yes.
See how they're all in the center?
Oh, yeah.
That is the indicator, all this green rock. My experience, this green rock, olivine, is always present when diamonds are around. Really hope my instincts are right on this. This could be my last chance. If it has a diamond, it goes right into the center of the screen and shakes it.
You found something.
Coming up, the land team has discovered their first diamond. But will the water team have the same luck?
The thing about this is that if we don't find a diamond in that river,
Wish me luck.
I'm out of a job, and there's a lot riding on this.
After digging all day at the team's first sample site on land, Sam and Susanna are processing a pile of dirt that Sam believes is diamond rich.
You found something.
First screen.
I can't believe that.
I can't believe this.
Good job, David.
Our first screening. We get a diamond.
Wow.
It's the first handful we took from this big pile. This is so amazing. I can't believe it. But we've come halfway around the world, chasing old clues. 15 years of my life. And we pull out a $2,000 diamond in the first screen in our first pile of dirt. I knew I was right. I could just feel it. The first shovelful. The first diamond at Golconda.
I can't wait to show this to the rest of the team.
I'm so honored to be part of Sam's expedition. Watching him work is incredible. His instincts are what drives him.
We haven't started. Let's keep going. This is an encouraging start. We're going to need to find a lot more diamonds to prove that we're at the source. This is just the beginning.
While Sam and Susanna celebrate their diamond discovery, old buddies Rob and Dave continue their work on the water. If the source is nearby, there could be millions of dollars in diamonds on the river bottom.
Let's just run. Okay. See what we got. Okay. We've got all these samples in the boat right now. I'm just hoping, really hoping that we've got just one diamond. We got a green stone.
Yep, that's cool.
Yeah, I need this.
That's good.
Give me right back. Perfect.
Geez, I don't know how many screens we did. We've been working on it all day. Come on.
We took the boat down to Kalur, and then we met this guy. He had one stone, which he showed us.
Really?
The quality of the diamond itself was really good, but it was full of inclusions. And what about the stuff we were collecting this morning?
Found a diamond in our first pan. It's about a half carat. It's broken off.
I want to see. My initial reaction when they told me about the diamond, oh my God, you've got to be joking. That is fantastic.
Now, Steve, no, you've got your science, you got your technology, but some kind of magic has to be there in prospecting.
Well, an element of serendipity is essential, I agree, but you have to be in the right place for the right reasons.
There you go. It's Legends 1, Science 0.
No way. I'm not buying that at all.
Sam found a small diamond today. It's worth around $2,000. In my opinion, he hasn't found the diamond source, and that's what I'm here to find.
Here's the last one sample, Dave. Wish me luck.
The thing about this is that if we don't find a diamond in that river, I'm out of a job. I mean, there's no reason for me to even be here. I mean, there's a lot riding on this.
I don't see any, if you look real carefully, look at here.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hold on. Look it. See that?
Yeah.
The water team, Dave and Rob, are processing the last bag of gravel samples from the bottom of the river.
Here's the last one sample, Dave. Wish me luck.
They need to find at least one diamond to give them confidence in bringing out the heavy mining equipment.
Look at Look at this, buddy. There's a freaking diamond in there. Look at that.
That changes everything, bud.
Oh, it does change everything. This thing could be worth $1,500, $2,000 at least. This is a hell of a start.
When you show this to Sam, he's gonna have a heart attack.
Hey, you
guys are gonna be happy. You're gonna be happy.
We're gonna be happy.
Big smile there.
Think something good happened.
Well,
You find some?
Oh, come
eventually,
on.
well, found the first one.
It was so incredible. I felt so great our first day that we'd found a diamond in the river and a diamond on the land. Now we have to find larger diamonds to prove that we're on top of the source. I got to tell you something. We found one before you guys did.
No.
Yeah. Off that field up there, our first pan down in the that little creek there. It looks like the twin of this one.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this.
The first discovery is like there's nothing better.
Hi, we got two today.
It's got to be the same source. They look
In
identical.
the river and on the field.
I'm really excited about this. The Golconda diamonds are here. Now that we found the diamond, we're going to get our heavy equipment in here. We can get this project moving fast, and we're going to find some really neat stuff.
It's magic, man.
Hey, dude. While you were out coming in, I got completely stiffed by him, claiming that magic and all other sorts of bits and pieces was the reason for discovery. So now we got a science discovery.
You
So
listen,
it's
Sam?
1-1.
Okay. I think you have to have old-time prospecting techniques and combine it with the new technology. Our different approaches and skill sets are what I think makes this team so strong. I believe that if we all work together and we don't kill each other first, we'll be very successful. So I've got really high hopes for the rest of this expedition.
This season on Lost Treasure Hunters.
I'd like to mine the heck out of that field.
Down here.
I got a crane here whenever you're ready for it. Everything's rolling now.
What's the earliest you can have this in the water?
I'm trying for tomorrow, Sam.
We need to run it. It's time to step up our efforts.
Whoa!
What? We're going into the rocks.
Some things are gonna go wrong.
There's a danger in this place. God! Me and I've lost a guy on this boat already once before, and it was that guy that just got knocked in the water, his best friend. Settle! Get out! I've seen some pretty weird things.
Days are going by, and we need a hit.
These are the ancient diamond mines.
Those are big.
I would say it's close to a D flawless.
I'm ready to go home.
Just give me 30 minutes. What's that?
We got a diamond.
Good job.
There, diamond. What? Check that out.
If I can get the dredge in those holes, we're going to be rich.